Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you. Welcome. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So this one is about starseeds and the helper syndrome. If you don't know whether you are a starseed, I can tell you from my own experience, I had to find out, and it took me quite a long time. But it started already with my first childhood memory as 3 years old. I remember sitting in my living room with my parents and my siblings, and as if the soul just had kicked in, I was looking around at them and thinking, and I still wonder whether or how a 3-year-old can think like that. I was thinking, what am I doing here with these people? So, one criteria for starseeds is they feel wrong, they feel wrongly incarnated, they have the feeling this is not my home, this is maybe not even my planet, my world, my life. I'm in the wrong body. I always wanted to become a man because my brothers were allowed to go out and play after the meal. And me and my sisters, we had to stay inside and wash the dishes. So I already from very young age saw this is a man's world. They are allowed to do nearly everything and much more than girls and women. And as my soul, like yours, comes from Source, I felt this is injustice. And the world is full of injustice, and I tried to bend to that because everybody told me that's the way how it works. You have to accept that, go to school, do this, do that, think like that. And I always felt wrong. And then I even made the mistake to think and internalize, I am wrong, the world is right. No, it is not. Everybody is right for himself. And if you feel kind of in the wrong place I got bullied at school, of course, because children still have their psychic senses on before they got indoctrinated and brainwashed and however you like to call that, and just parrot what their parents or the teachers or the authorities in society, government, churches, whoever tells them, and don't learn to think for themselves. And what is more important, to feel for yourself. What is it that you want? How do you feel about certain things? So this kind of symptom of alienation, feeling alien and alienated in the world, is already a starseed criteria. And when I started my mediumship trainment after my beloved husband crossed over and helped me to find that. So he's my spirit guide now, and I'm very grateful, and we're still in contact because love does not end when one does not have any longer a body. So this alienation is a very typical symptom. And most starseeds think they are wrong, and they try to find at least some like-minded people, and then they even associate with the wrong people and try to live their ways instead of their own. So it takes a while to find that out and to accept that you are a starseed. Even in my beginning mediumship trainment, when I started with a training group, I got in the part where you can make an exercise with using color and drawing an aura graph, which is kind of a snapshot of your aura, what's in there. I already got strange things that I had to paint down, and they were coming again and again and again in my aura graphs, like whirling kind of seeds coming from the cosmos. And I even once got the word starseed when nobody was talking about that and the word didn't even exist. I tried to Google it and translated it with Google Translator, and it only told me in German, seed of the stars. That didn't help me any further. But now I know what it means, and other people who got the same idea, because the consciousness of humanity was right to get that. That's why it just kind of popped up here and there and more and more. And some people took that and wrote a book about that and made money with that. I could have done that if I would have understood at that point when I got the word what it really means. But I wasn't yet ready, so, and I'm not that interested in making money, because you come into this world without money and naked, and you leave this world without money and being naked. So that's why Yeshua said, work for the treasures in the heavens and not for the treasures in this material world. And yes, that feels true to me. That's why I stick with that, but you can stick with whatever you want. So, if that is clear now, that most of you listening to me, because if you're not a starseed, you wouldn't be interested in these themes and you would go and watch other things. There is a trait, a very special trait, starseeds coming very often from higher realms or from other star systems, so their soul still has memory from Arcturus, from the Pleiades, from Orion or wherever. But these memories don't come through to the ego mind, the person, the persona, the human. Totally clear. You only get a glimpse of that and you don't know what to do with it and what it means, and you have to go after that and move your ass a little bit and research, do your homework. If you really want to know and understand, you have to do your homework. There is no shortcut to the heavens. And it's plural, the heavens, because it's just an old-fashioned word for dimensions. There is not only one heaven. There are more than one. That's why it's called in the Bible the heavens. So starseeds have these kind of faint memories and ideas that don't really fit into this world. And the most tricky is the helper syndrome, because if your soul lived on other planetary bodies in higher evolved societies than these human societies here on Earth, where there is no lie, no deception, no one is cheating or robbing or lying. Why? Because they're all fully psychic. If you would be like that, everybody around you would know. Not like here on Earth. Here you have to find it out sometimes the hard and painful way that others are lying, without them even doing it on purpose or really meaning harm, but some do it on purpose and they mean harm. And you got to grow your discernment. So if you come from a society that is kind of more perfect than the ones we know here on Earth, of course you have the feeling, because there in the other worlds where you came from or your soul came from, they were sharing everything with everybody, because it's for not only my benefit and my best profit. That's earthen. Here everything is about ego, me and mine. In higher evolved societies, it's about we and ours. and they don't care about one wins and the other loses. They care about everybody has to win, otherwise it's not good for no one. So you have these faint memories and you want to transport this into your life and into Earth, and it's not working because the rest around you is me and mine, and they try to abuse you. And if you start working as a medium, there come these people telling you, how can you ask money for a divine gift and things like that, and they try to get you into wrong discussions that lead nowhere to. Here, this does not work like that. You have to learn to set healthy boundaries and care for yourself in a good, healthy way. And that's got nothing to do with the normal human earthen egoism, because if you don't care for yourself, the others won't. They pick you apart, they rob you, they cheat you, they lie to you, and they abuse you. And I fell into that trap very often until I got a bit wiser and learned it. And there are so kind of very subtle tricks, like some people use the psychological games, hopefully not consciously aware of that. This is what I want to say to their best. I have some requests from clients starting their email with, oh, I've been to so many healers and mediums and no one could help me, so now I'm coming to you. Well, what are they telling you? Listen and feel for it. They tell you, I've tried it out, I don't believe you, and you can't help me as well. And they will make that happen. It's set up for failure from the right beginning. Someone who is not able to open up or does not believe into mediumship and things like that, and now he's coming to you and saying, okay, now prove me, you are right, you are a medium and you know everything and you've got it. They set up the whole thing for failure. They want to prove you wrong because they already have their opinion in their ego mind. They think you are a con artist or whatever, you know. And ego always wants to prove itself right. The soul never acts like that. So if I would be that ignorant, answering an email coming to me like that and say, oh, poor you, come, I give you a date and I'll work on you, then I have already lost. So I learned that lesson and it was very painful. And even my teacher, my medium teacher, told that story once during our trainment and said, be very careful with people coming with these claims, because they only want to prove you wrong, to prove that you are the umpteenth medium that didn't make it. Okay. So that's a psychological game. And the psychological game of the helper syndrome is you give and give and give, and you want the good and you want the other to blossom and benefit, and they just take and take and take, are not even able to say thank you. And this is not to the ones amongst you that say thank you. And I'm not coquetting in my ego. I can feel you, and I appreciate the ones that take and at least say thank you. And thank you in the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian healing ritual is kind of the magic word that turns everything around, because you don't say thank you before you received a present. You say it afterwards. So the ones who say thank you acknowledge, I received something, I got something, thank you. But there are a lot of other people that just take and take and take, and they don't even say thank you, and then they go away and think they've got it, and yeah, whatever, I don't care. As long as you are not honest with yourself, you won't get there. Good luck. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but I tried it out. I tried to lie to myself, and it didn't work. And I had to learn to really come to grips with that and not fall for these clients that don't really want help, or for people who don't really want an answer and don't look for truth, but only for their little ego truth. And if you don't confirm that, then you are the bad guy, the false one, and they go off pissed off, and they're furious at you, and they even kind of vomit all their anger upon you. And then you sit there with everything they left astrally in front of your doorstep. And in the end, it's all their problem. They have a closed heart. They are still in the ego brain, in the left brain. That is the male logic. It is the car driving on two wheels instead of all four. You have two brain halves. Said it in the video before. So please, starseeds, learn to be healthy with yourself. The helper syndrome can lead you into a lot of traps where people just abuse you, suck your energy, don't even say thank you, and trample on you. So you have to learn to set healthy boundaries, because in these other societies, more advanced, on other planets maybe, where your soul still has faint memories of, that was not necessary, because these were advanced societies. But on Earth it is not like that. So here you have to learn to care for yourself first. Although the whole world speaks of egoism, it's not egoistic if you care for yourself, because just imagine someone had fallen into the water. You have to be outside of the water to help that one out. And it can even happen that the one taking your hand is not kind of allowing you to pull him out. He tries to pull you in too, onto his step of vibration. So you gotta be more conscious, get smart, get intelligent, look through the psychological games people play, knowingly or not, It's not always bad people, and my guides say here on Earth are more good people than bad people. So, but it's like the one rotten apple that can ruin the whole box of apples. And it's these few minority people that play their kind of games and are not really conscious yet. And of course, there are after the star seeds. They sense something in you. They sense your different energy. They sense your light you are radiating, or the different energy you are emitting. Maybe not even, maybe you don't even know that you are a star seed and that you emit different energy and light and frequency. But they feel it. Like the kids on the schoolyard. They felt that I was different. That's why they bullied me. Everything that is not like the mainstream, that is different, so they are against it. And you have to learn to care for yourself first. This is my most important advice I want to give to the starseeds amongst you listening to me. Care for yourself and learn to set healthy boundaries, and don't fall for the traps and psychological games others play with you or try to play with you. And for the good of the others, I assume that they are not doing it consciously, but some are. And you got to find out who's the rotten apple in the box. And as the energies of our whole solar system are kind of amping up, look at the Schumann resonance. It's got so many blackouts or whiteouts, and you can feel it. People are kind of on the edge with their energy. Some go crazy and mad, and they're angry with everyone, and they yell at everyone that crosses their path. They can't stand the higher energy. We all have to get used to it, and that takes a little bit of time. It's a process. Even our bodies have to adjust to that, and our minds as well. So with this higher energy coming in, there is kind of a purge upon us. All the people that do not really match your frequency have to leave your field. Some can only leave by instigating an argument or a fight with you, and then they can break up with you, or you break up with them because you feel abused and they're taking more from you than they are giving in return. If there is an imbalance in your so-called friendship, have a feel into that and a look, and some conscious and aware thinking about that. All the frequency is kind of creating a division so that the like-minded ones feel drawn to each other and they come together more in however ways, in whatever form, might even be only virtual, like here and now. And the other ones that don't match the frequency, and this is no judgment, they're on another path. I don't know their path. I'm still trying to figure out mine, but I know if a frequency does not match from other persons, and I already had that happen several times, and just recently again, that I had to break up with so-called false friends who liked me as a medium, but they never meant me. It was kind of having the cost-free medium invite them to their home and play as if you're friends, and then you ask them, and they're too kind and too friendly, and you answer all their questions. Some of these false friends even wanted me to channel in their living rooms for them, and they had only their own little problems and personal questions. Nothing a little bit beyond their own edge of the plate, only me, and mine, and can you give me healing energy? Oh, please lay your hands on me, do Reiki on me, and whatever. And they don't have to pay for it because they call you friend and they have the cost-free medium as a friend. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny for them, maybe. I hope they are not aware and conscious of what they are really doing. But summing up, to me, this feels... I never get satisfied in these imbalanced relationships if the other one is taking more than he is giving in return. And I could bet that amongst you are enough who had similar experiences and maybe did not even understand what was really happening or why. It is because of the amping up frequency. So that kind of humanity is a little bit divided into the ones who want to do the inner work and who really want to know truth, not their own little ego truth, and who really want to walk their inner soul path and come home to the light, although this isn't even truly the right expression because everything is already there. So if we talk of reconnection or coming home, this isn't even right, because it's already there. You have to turn yourself towards it. And if you don't turn towards it, well, then the potential cannot open up and grow via your experience. So, let the others have their path and you have yours, and we don't have to judge each other. It's a free choice. This is the world of free will, and I know what I choose every day again, anew. And what the others choose, well, that's their free will. I don't judge, but I also don't have to endure their wrongdoing on me or their abusing and whatever. And there's always two doing the dance, one that leads and the other one who allows to be led. And I had to learn, and I'm still learning, the lesson of not allow others to abuse me or to lead me where they want to go, which is not my path. So really it's about you, about me, about us. What do we really want? Where do you want to go to? And that's it. So become a little bit smarter, come to grips about starseeds and their helper syndrome, which can lead to a lot of problems and challenges and hurtful and painful experiences. You have to learn to set healthy boundaries, which does not mean that you frown and growl at everybody coming close to you, but just be careful whom you choose as your friend and whom you allow to come close to you. There are even tactics from people like the narcissists and the psychopath with statistically it is 4% of the population in men and 2% of population in women. They don't have their frontal lobe firing. There is no light here. If you look under the medicinal instruments, there's the tissue is rotting there. They're not able to feel empathy. They are able to mimic social behavior, and they start to groom you with too much flattery. Oh, you're such a wonderful medium. Oh, you're this, you're that. Oh. This admiring already feels so false to me and has the smell and the taste of, I better retreat myself from that. And they use all these mimicking social behavior tricks like, have you eaten already? How do you feel today? How are you? But they don't really want to know the answer. They just want to get your attention, your energy, and your time. And they send an SMS every 5 minutes. How are you? Have you eaten? Oh, I'm so sick and tired of that. That's one thing that I learned, that these grooming techniques of narcissists and psychopaths don't work on me any longer. And I just would like to give you a hint. Be very careful and always listen to your own feelings. There are always signs coming, and sometimes I don't listen, but with the amping up energy of the whole solar system, and these energies are also working on our DNA and our consciousness. So suddenly you find something in a friendship which makes you feel, there's something off, there's something wrong. Well, then feel more into it and come to grips whether it's in imbalance and maybe not healthy and not useful or not good for you. Maybe for the other it is, but you're not on this world to please all the others. You're here to please yourself in the first place, because if you are happy and in a good mood, then everything is going much easier and flowing freely, and the universe is kind of programmed to work for you and with you, not against you. But if you put out resistance and say, oh, it's all negative and it's all people are abusive, and well, you're intoxicating yourself with these kinds of negative thoughts. And you better stop that, because on the long run, that can lead to symptoms and sickness and issues in your body, because you're intoxicating yourself. Thoughts are things, and they manifest into things on the material level with some time in the process of becoming what they already are in your head. And negative thoughts never grow something fruitful and positive. How can they? So if you're very negative, I would advise you try to change that. It's not doing you good, and it's not doing good for your environment, for your surrounding, for your circles, the people you are with. And if you meet people that are only negative, well, better take your legs and run. If they can or don't want to change, they're intoxicating you as well. Keep up a good mood. We are meant from the divine soul to be joy, happiness, freedom, love, and light. And not this false light that I see very often also in the spiritual supermarket YouTube is nowadays, where people suddenly only dress in white and they always have their eyes open wide, looking up to the heavens and the sky, and they talk to the angels and they're so holy already. But they fail in the test with the rubber on the street, because they dream themselves away. That's, to me, some form of escapism. I don't like to be incarnated here. This is the wrong world. Yes, but you're here, so make the best of it. And do it with love and joy, please. That's what it's meant. That's how it is meant. So, okay, I'm talking too much. I want to leave you with this, and I hope you find some ideas leading you different paths of thinking and give you some different ideas. I just want that you care good for yourself, and that's all that I want to share today. Blessings, love and light onto your path, dear souls. Bye.